talking about this. We've been pumping you up. But now that it is a reality, what does it feel like?
Yeah, I think, obviously very blessed, very excited, and very honored. It's a cool accomplishment, and, I think, I'm just glad it's kind of over too. Seeing your face everywhere was kind of, a little uncomfortable. So, but I was, just very happy and super excited for it.
Were you nervous at all today before the results came out?
No, not really. I was just getting some rest today, and I saw we had a late arrival day today, so just trying to catch up on that and relax a little bit before coming to the field. So.
You guys had the team meeting. Everyone gets a chance to kind of celebrate you for a minute. What was that like, kind of feeling the love and support in the clubhouse from all the guys there?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, Dan said a lot of nice words, and obviously all the guys were very happy, congratulating me. So it means a lot, because we're together every day, and those are the guys that we go out to war with. So they mean a lot to me. They're brothers, and just very excited and very just blessed.
What was your message to the team right now?
It's kind of the same that I said to you. I'm sorry that all this nonsense has been going on for the last couple of days with all the voting and stuff. But I appreciate them and everything they've done for me, and basically just saying, it's kind of like a dream come true with an all-star game and being a starter, but we definitely have bigger things ahead, and I'm looking forward to October with these guys and winning a World Series with them, and that's the real dream. So, yeah.
Cal, what are you looking forward to the most at the All-Star experience, getting down to the line and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I think just getting to talk to some guys, be around them, pick their brain, just kind of share a locker room with them, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's you never know if you're going to get that chance to do it again. So I'm going to try to soak it all in and talk to as many people as I can and soak it all up, I guess. So.
Cal, a message for the fans, because a lot of people, just clamored to vote for you.
No, thank you guys. Thank you for everyone, really. I got family, friends, fans, fans from a long time ago, fans from now. So you guys have been awesome, and I appreciate everybody getting the word out. I appreciate the Mariners too. They did a heck of a job getting the word out, and I don't know if you guys saw it the last couple of days. I don't think could have missed it, but but they were awesome, and they've treated me really well, and so the fans, and I do appreciate it. So.
And what has that meant for you, just kind of seeing how really across the country, not even just in Seattle, that what you've done here has been recognized?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice to see your hard work pay off, and on a bigger stage, and trying to get the, not just trying to play as well as I can, but trying to get the Mariners out there as well. Trying to, boost us up as well, and try to, get us, on a bigger stage, and trying to help, our kind of brand in the sense of, we are a winning baseball club. We have a good team over here, and I do know from experience, just being on the East Coast, the West Coast teams don't get as much love sometimes. So, just trying to do as much as we can to put ourselves in a good position, and it starts by our play on the field, and I think we've done a decent job of that so far.
What have you learned about yourself, kind of going through all this with the increased attention that's come your way over the last couple of months?
Yeah, I think it's just all about compartmentalizing. Just really just trying to focus on the things that you can control and focus on things that are important. And there's a lot of things off the field that might come your way or might, grab your attention. But, at the end of the day, it's what we always talk about. It's coming ready to go about 7 o'clock every night. So if I can turn my attention to that, then it's all about just compartmentalizing and handling that stuff, gracefully and doing the right things. And, but like I said, making sure you turn your attention to the most important thing, which is, the game, which is my at-bats, which is, taking care of the staff and, winning baseball games.
Cal, when you look more widely at the team at this point, what's your thought about where you guys sit and where you're heading as you go into finishing up the first half strong?
Yeah, just trying to get a little more consistent, I think, is the biggest thing. I think you'll see us. We'll have some good games, we'll have some bad games, and we just got to find a little more consistency there. And You know, hopefully we can find that. You know, it's been tough with the rotation being where it's at and lots of injuries, and it's hard to find that when you're constantly, you know, filtering guys in and out like that. So hopefully we get those guys back, and so far everything's looked good, especially with Logan and George. So, you know, they're starting to hit their stride, I believe, and I think we get that, we'll be a little more consistent as a team overall. So.
What's it like being obviously the Derby kind of a family affair? Your brother, your dad, you know, with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. My dad obviously throwing to me. Brother's gonna be catching it, which is gonna be a lot of fun, and it'll be just a really cool thing to experience with them. So, you know, they've kind of been along for the ride the whole way, you know, since I got drafted, and obviously my dad's been, you know, throwing to me for 20-something years, so he probably knows where I like it best. So it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be, you know, I get hit 0 home runs, and I think it'll still be a really fun time to experience with him. So.
How did you find out your dad? Did you tell him, or did he just
Yeah.
tweet?
No, yeah, I told him. I made sure to tell him before he found out, you know, via social media. So, yeah, he was ready to go from the get-go. I think he's been throwing to my brother, so his arm's in shape.
What's your plan for your night off? And are you going to be more critical of Logan from the rail or less?
Plan for the night off is, you know, watch from afar. Hopefully Logan throws really well and our offense scores 10 runs, and, you know, we can get a nice, easy dub tonight. So.
Cal, you talked about how you were a little bit gassed yesterday. Today, how was your dad?
I think he's good. I mean, he flew back, so I haven't heard any complaining yet. So, but you never know.
Is there going to be any special camaraderie with Julio, given that he also did a home run derby recently, and now you're going to be doing one?
Yeah, Julio did it. Randy did it. So, you know, I picked their brain a little bit. Just talking about, you know, things to do, not to do, how to kind of approach it. Obviously, you know, both of them said there's a lot of adrenaline that goes on, and Bobby Witt was out there yesterday too, so I got to talk to him about it. He got second last year, so it'll be a lot of fun, and you know, it's you know, we'll see what happens when we get into the arena. So it'll be maybe a little different than the practice round. So.
What's it meant to you to hear the MVP chants from the fans lately?
I mean, you know, you try not to think about that stuff. Obviously, you know, it's there, so you can hear it. You know, just, you know, it's nice. It's nice knowing the fans, you know, have a lot of love and, you know, support, which they've been awesome all year. And but, you know, in the moment, I'm focused on, you know, what I'm doing in the box, and that's, you know, trying to get a hit, trying to, you know, have a good at bat, trying to stay within my approach. So, but yeah, I mean, that means a lot to me from the fans for sure.